Straight ahead on 12 News, honoring veterans who paid the ultimate sacrifice and a Brooklyn Center man's way of remembering. Plus, something to celebrate at Maple Grove's new Central Park and something some say is missing. But first, Crystal Police take us along for the ride for a timely word of warning. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Many drivers are getting a jump start on the Memorial Day weekend.
The unofficial start to summer also comes with a troubling statistic. A new report by the National Safety Council estimates 439 Americans will be killed on the roads this Memorial Day weekend, the highest projection since 2009. One reason is more people are expected to travel this year. It's also why local law enforcement agencies are stepping up patrols.
I spend all of my time that I'm not on a call looking for traffic violations.
Bristol Police Sergeant Adam Haar says one of the highest traffic crash areas in the city is Douglas Drive and 36th Avenue. The roadway slopes down on both sides and there's a stoplight where people commonly run the light. And he says motorists need to be careful, not just on Memorial Weekend, but every day.
Things like speeding, always be wearing your seatbelt. Don't be using your electronic devices like your cell phones, being distracted, and definitely get a sober ride if you've been drinking.
There are also many construction projects going on. Drivers need to be extra careful when driving through those areas. And one of those areas is County Road 47 at Interstate 494 in Plymouth. Beginning Tuesday, County Road 47 will be closed between Yucca and Teakwood Lanes. It will remain closed through early July. The northbound I-494 ramps to and from Rockford Road will also close during that time frame. And during the closures, crews will construct the northbound Interstate 494 bridge over County Road 47.
A huge plume of smoke that could be seen for miles in Brooklyn Center was traced to a garage on fire. Firefighters were called to a home at 72nd and June Avenues just before 7:30 this Friday morning. When they arrived, a detached garage was fully engulfed. While the garage couldn't be saved, firefighters prevented major damage to the home and neighboring properties. No one was hurt. The cause is under investigation.
Robbinsdale police responded Thursday night to an incident that caused North Memorial Medical Center to go into a temporary lockdown. Police were called on a report of a fight with dozens of people gathered outside the emergency arrival area at about 9:45 p.m. Robbinsdale police say it was related to a person shot in North Minneapolis. Police cleared the scene after about half an hour.
The city of New Hope is building something that will save on water. Crews are busy installing a very large stormwater tank in Northwood Park. The 160,000-gallon tank is 30 feet by 70 feet wide and approximately 15 feet deep. The gigantic rain barrel will irrigate baseball fields, while overflow water will stream into several nearby rain gardens.
We're redirecting stormwater from Hopewood Lane. It used to go to the lake with no treatment at all, so we're redirecting that down Boone Avenue. It gets into the tank. It goes through a pumping and force main system onto the ball fields.
The tank should be installed in a few weeks, but the entire project will take until September to complete. The stormwater project cost $1.3 million, but will save on irrigation costs. A $700,000 grant from the Bassett Creek watershed helped to fund the project. On this Memorial Day weekend, veterans hope you will take a moment to remember those who served and died.
And one observance in Brooklyn Center will draw attention to several local soldiers who never returned from Vietnam.
It's just something that I do. It's to pay respect for those that did a lot more for this country than I did, I guess.
Len Jacobson of Brooklyn Center is one of the volunteers who returns to Mound Cemetery every year to help install U.S. flags on the graves of veterans.
The guys that have done this so many times, they'll pick an area that they've done before.
The markers aren't always easy to find in a cemetery that has veterans from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, even back to the Spanish-American War.
It's kind of nostalgic to go through and do this.
A Korean veteran himself, Jacobson wishes more families would appreciate the sacrifices made by veterans, but he says that may be changing.
I got out in 1955, and I don't think anybody ever thanked me for my service up until maybe 10 years ago.
On Monday, the Palmer Lake VFW will focus their event on servicemen and women who are still missing from the Vietnam War. And they hope that's what the rest of us are thinking about, too.
People think of it as the beginning of summer or car sales or things like that, but it's a lot more to me and to those of us that have served. It's thinking about those that didn't come home. There's about 10 Vietnam vets that lived in this area that never came home. They're missing in action.
Their names will be read and a moment of silence will be held.
Charles Bickford.
Bickford right here.
And Truman Partridge.
When the flags are all in and the cemetery is finally ready for Memorial Day, there's a feeling of pride.
I just feel proud that I was able to serve, with these guys and do my part, and just so they're not here to do this, so somebody's got to do it.
And there are several ways to honor America's veterans on Memorial Day Monday, and here's a list of events around the Northwest Metro. Coming up, a new attraction to celebrate at Maple Grove Central Park.
And then later in sports, highlights from a wild
Driving
game
in
between Armstrong and Wayzata in the section softball playoffs.
But first, Sunday and Monday appear to be the best days of Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, a chance for rain and thunderstorms. A reminder that the old Brooklyn Park Library will close for good this Sunday at 5 p.m. The library's collection is being moved to the site of the new Brooklyn Park Library near North Hennepin Community College. The new library opens on June 23rd. This weekend marks the beginning of summer at Central Park in Maple Grove.
That means the fountains are officially turned on. There are 64 sprays and 12 different cycles for the fountains, so every age level can enjoy the water. But for those who don't want to get wet, the lights and the water show can turn the space into a work of art.
Well, it's a pretty complex system, really, of pumps and computer programs that kind of make it lively and interesting. Really what we were after is to take it to the next level, not just have falling water or spraying water, but have it dancing.
The new interactive fountains will be turned on from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day this summer. Maple Grove can boast about great shopping options or a variety of restaurants.
But one thing they don't have is a memorial to veterans. As Shannon Slatton explains, one group of advocates is trying to change that.
When we saw the designs of this is when we started actually lobbying for this piece of land.
Maple Grove Central Park is still brand new, but a group of citizens have their eye on a spot where they say changes should be made.
Maple Grove doesn't have a veterans memorial. We don't have anything in this city to actually honor our soldiers and all those people that gave time out of their lives to keep us safe. That's what's important. We need to show that we appreciate their service.
Joel Skagerberg and Beyond the Yellow Ribbon have been working on designs for a veterans memorial for about a year and a half.
Instead of having the granite walls like most memorials, we're trying to get something a little bit different. So there'll be corked steel panels and then sandstone walls, and maybe some granite for benches.
The memorial will be a pathway where people can walk and read about past wars or conflicts, dating back to the Civil War, which is around the time when Maple Grove became a township.
What we're really looking for is information what was going on in Maple Grove during those conflicts.
So the group is reaching out to citizens for any information on local ties.
Talking to citizens, maybe they have some letters that they went back and forth from their husbands or sons, and get some of that information into those placards.
The memorial will also have a place to honor the soldiers who did not come home, which will be a place for citizens to reflect and remember.
The more we can learn, the more we can teach people as they come by and look at the memorial.
In Maple Grove, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
And Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, Maple Grove is also looking for donations to pay for the memorial, which will cost an estimated $230,000. We have links on our website on how you can help donate. Well, coming up, something your whole family can enjoy this weekend that's truly a hoot.
But first, highlights from the Northwest Suburban Conference Track and Field Championships. Jay Wilcox has that and more up next in sports.
It's go time for the area's top track and field athletes. Conference section and the state meet cap off the season. Northwest Suburban Conference athletes had their conference finals on Thursday. And watch this. Evan McClellan of Armstrong in red clocks a 10.37, setting a new meet and state record in the 100-meter dash. In the girls 4x200, it's Champlin Park all the way as Miata Flemister-Smith anchors the Rebels to the victory. The boys 1600, Lucas Trapp of Elk River holds off Alex Miley of Maple Grove. Miley won the 3200 on Monday. The girls shot put, Armstrong's Alexandria Hurst wins and sets a meet record of 46.7.5. Hurst also sets a new meet record in the discus. The girls 400, Park Center's Fashayo Iobamadelli wins with a time of 58.24. Great finish in the boys 300 hurdles. Maple Grove's Leroy Quate wins with a time of 38.69. Armstrong's Joey Frazier is second with a time of 38.70. The Armstrong girls take the team title with Champlin Park second. Elk River and Anoka tie for third. Maple Grove is sixth with Park Center, Totino Grace, and Osseo in the 12, 13, 14 spots. On the boys' side, Blaine is the champ with Elk River second and Champlin Park third. Armstrong takes fourth with Maple Grove sixth, Osseo ninth, Park Center's 12th, and Grace ties for 13th. In softball, Plymouth neighbors Armstrong and Wayzata met up in a wild one in round 2 of the Section 6 4A tournament. Armstrong's on fire early. Kaylin Leonard's rocket is just fair down the third baseline. Leah Baker and Hannah Bachmeyer score to make it 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Next batter, Alyssa Eggstead also comes through. Her hit to right center scores Caitlin Jones and Leonard for a 4-0 lead. The Falcons score 10 runs in the first. But Wayzata battles back. In the fifth, Katie Blanchard connects, sending it over the fence and left for a 3-run homer. The Trojans get 6 runs to pull within 10-7. Leonard answers with a liner over the left field fence for a solo shot in the sixth. That insurance run makes it 11-7 Falcons. Down to their final strike in the seventh, Wayzata's Taylor Arneson singles up the middle. Bree Westerberg is the second runner in as the Trojans tie at 11-11 before a runner is tagged out here to end the inning. So we go extra innings and into the ninth, and Bachmeyer smacks it to second. A great diving stop by Julia Hoffner, but the throw is high as the winning run scores. Armstrong pulls out an amazing 12-11 win. The Maple Grove softball team has played in the past 4 state tournaments. They'll have to battle back, though, after a loss. The Crimson facing Spring Lake Park in the winner's bracket final in Section 5. The Panthers go up as Sierra Ryland singles to center to bring Jazz Rickenbach home for a 1-0 Spring Lake Park lead in the top of the first. Slap hitter Eleanor Shuddy delivers a well-placed hit off the third base bag for the Crimson to score Tara Rosacker. The game is tied 1-1 after 2. In the third, the Panthers lead at 2-1 and they look for more. Kylie Kreis drives the ball to the gap in right center. Ryland scores on the play and Spring Lake Park goes up 3-1. The bottom of the fifth, down 4-1, Maple Grove's Emily Mauk singles up the middle to score Shuddy as the Crimson pull within 4-2. But Spring Lake Park keeps scoring. Ryland single to center scores a run as Spring Lake Park stays unbeaten in the tournament, pulling away for a 9-3 win. The tournament continues on Tuesday. In Section 4A losers bracket play, Maranatha meeting West Lutheran down 2-0. Maranatha's Chloe Palmer drops a hit into left. It scores Liberty DeLong, and the Mustangs pull within 2-1 in the top of the third. West Lutheran responds in the bottom half of the inning, though, as Laura Studansky singles to left. It brings Afton Zemke home to make it 3-1 Warriors. And that's the way it stays. Warriors left fielder Carey Price makes a nice running catch in deep left field to help preserve a 3-1 win as Maranatha is eliminated. West Lutheran will play Kimball on Tuesday. Many section golf tournaments in the state come up next week, but teams competing in the Section 5 3A boys tournament wrapped up their play Thursday. 4 teams plus 16 individuals advancing to the second day of the 36-hole tournament. Maple Grove is one of those 4 teams. Jake Chenard with a great shot from the sand on Bunker Hill's 9th west hole. putting it pin high and the 2 putts for par for the runner-up Crimson. St. Michael Albertville is just a little bit better though and grabs the lone state team qualifying spot. Trey Fessler of STMA finishing out on 9 West. As we look at the final team scores, STMA takes it by 4 shots over runner-up Maple Grove. Centennial is third with Mounds View fourth. Dylan Hansen of Maple Grove wins medalist honors with rounds of 68 and 74. So great action out on several different sports.
Absolutely. All right, thanks a lot, Jay. We'll be right back. If you're looking for something to do outdoors this Sunday, we've got an idea.
It's a wise one, as Neil Persley explains in today's Weekend Showcase.
It's in our movies. You think about the wise old owl from Winnie the Pooh and stories such as that.
From music and movies to literature, owls are often seen as wise and mysterious. We do have a fascination with them.
Kids see owls and they get really excited.
Which is why Adam Barnett of Three Rivers Park District is hosting a program on owls this Sunday as part of the district's free family fun days at Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park.
There's just going to be activities, there's going to be things for kids to do, there's going to be information about owls in particular, owls that are found here within the park, owls that are found within people's backyards.
There are about a dozen species of owls that can be found in Minnesota, but they can be elusive.
They just really don't want to be seen. They're blending in their surroundings with their camouflage. They're generally very, very quiet. During the nesting time, they will be more vocal, so you'll hear their vocalization and hear their hooting in some species case.
One very lethal hunter that lives right in our area is the great horned owl.
Well, they have a nickname, and that's the tiger of the sky. So that certainly tells you a lot about just how good of a hunter they actually are and good of a predator. They have all the tools.
Owls are in the raptor family, and the word raptor in Latin means to seize or grasp. And that's no problem for the great horned owl.
They'll eat anything from rabbits to skunks even. They have no sense of smell. Small mammals, so your mice and your shrews and your moles and your voles. They'll take snakes. They'll eat a wide variety of things.
From Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park, where you should come this weekend to learn about owls. You! Neil Persley, 12 News.
The free program on owls is in the Visitor Center at Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park on Sunday from 1 to 3, rain or shine. And finally, she is a Brooklyn Park 10-year-old, but today, just call her Mayor.
That's right. Charity Duran stopped by Channel 12 today for a tour and to grill us with a few questions as she served as Brooklyn Park's mayor for a day. She won an essay contest for the honor, and today she taped a segment of Brooklyn Park Now, which Mayor Jeff Lundy usually hosts. The segment will air in June and July on Brooklyn Park's website and also on the city channels. Charity is a pro. She's a pro. That does it for us.
Have a great weekend, everyone.